The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the People's Platform.
Keeping our island community informed and secure. Be alert, be aware, and care. Together we can have a safe Hawaiʻi.
Aloha and welcome to another episode of Police Profiles. I'm Denise Leighton with Hawaii Police Department, and joining me today is Major Shandor Finke of our Technical Services Division. Thanks for joining me, Major.
You're welcome, Denise. Good morning.
You know, the police department launched a brand new technology program last month called Versiterm Community Connect. Can you walk us through that program, what it's like?
Sure. At its core, Versiterm Community Connect, it's a fully automated system. What it is designed to do is it's designed to provide callers with pertinent information and updates about their case or incident via text or email. Our primary goal with regard to Versiterm Community Connect is to enhance our department's ability to engage with the community and promote transparency. When a community member calls for police services or assistance from their cell phone, they'll immediately receive a text message acknowledging their call for service.
And so what happens after that? You know, the Big Island is really big. You know, Puna, Ka'u. So what happens if it's going to take police a while to respond to a call?
Well, what happens is we'll get an initial call and then an initial text message will be sent out to the person calling. After 15 minutes, what will happen is an additional text will be sent out saying that the officer was delayed, he's still on his way, or she's still on her way. And even though they may, there are locations on this island, like I worked in Puna, where if you're at the Kale Police Station and you receive a call in Volcano Village, it's going to take you over 30 minutes to get there. So this is one way to let people know that, hey, we haven't forgotten about you. We're still on our way.
And so what happens after that initial text message?
Oh, so what happens is the person calling in, the victim of the crime, will actually be able to log into our victims portal, and then they can receive updates via text messages or email. It's their choice with regard to the status of their case, the investigator of their case, their whether or not there's an arrest in their case, or if their case goes to the prosecutor's office, or if their case is assigned to a specialized unit.
So how would they gain access to this victim portal?
The officer who goes and initiates their case will provide them with a card.
This
yes,
card
that's
right
the card, and that card has instructions on how to access the victim portal. It also has a QR code, which people can use their cell phone, use their camera, and click the link, and it will take them directly to the victim portal. And they're going to be putting in personalized information, including the report number, in order to access that portal.
Now, can anybody access the portal? What about media or members of the public?
Not for that specific case. Only the victim should be able to access. And we have a sort of a safeguard in place, which requests the victim's personal information relative to that victim in order for them to be able to access the case.
Now, what about situations of domestic violence or really sensitive subjects where maybe the caller doesn't want their abuser to know that they've called police?
Okay, so we have several cases and the ability to not send these messages out for certain types of cases. There is also the capability to unsubscribe and stop the messaging. All they have to do—
That was my next question.
Yes, all they have to do is text stop back, and the instructions are in the initial text.
Gotcha. So anybody who calls 911, and this is only from a cell phone, will get a text message?
Yes, as a matter of fact, yesterday I was in plain clothes and I observed the traffic collision, and I had to call 911 because I didn't have my police radio handy, and I needed to get out into the road and help the injured people. And I ended up calling 911 twice, and I got the automated messages sent to my cell phone. It's automatically came in right after I made the call.
Now, what if people have a landline? I know my mom, God bless her, she still has a landline. So what about for folks that for some reason don't have cell phones and only have landlines?
Yeah, they won't be getting the text message. However, when they sign up in the victims portal, they can choose to get their updates via email.
Now, does this include to the court system, or is it just you get texts along the way saying, hey, your case has been assigned to a detective, hey, the suspect's been arrested? Do you get other notices following that?
Yes, if the case is assigned to a specific investigative unit, you'll get contact information for that. If an arrest has been made, you'll get a notification for that. If your case status changes, you'll get a notification for that. And if the case gets routed to the prosecutor, you'll also get a notification for that. So along every point in the pathway where a case is generated, and I'll go through that a little bit more in a second, the victim will be getting updates.
So it sounds like a really useful tool for members of the public who, for a variety of circumstances, might need to call police for one situation or another.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, we're expecting that this is going to decrease callbacks to our dispatch, along with calls to our receiving desks in different districts, relative to inquiries about a victim saying, "Hey, where's the officer?" or "What's my report number?" or what's the name of the officer involved, or what's my case status? Because all of this is automated and it will be sent out to the victim, and they can be getting their updates from the victim's portal. So we're looking forward to having that.
So it's a lot more communication with the public, letting them know, like, hey, an officer's on the way. Hey, they're 15 minutes out. They're still on the way. Hey, here's your case number. It's been assigned to a detective. Here's their name and phone number. That sounds really cutting edge for Hawaii.
Yes, and as a previous supervisor, we would get a lot of calls at the desk as, "Hey, I don't know what my report number is," or "I haven't heard from the officer in a while. What's going on with my case?" This will automatically provide that information to our victims. So,
and what's the website that people go to?
It's the website is https://engage.hawaiipolice.gov, and there's also a link that is for the victim portal. There's also a link to our victim portal on our hawaiipolice.gov website.
Under community section.
Yes.
Yeah, they go to the community drop down, and there's a whole section there explaining what Community Connect. So in that instance, because when people are calling 911, it's often for things are going very badly in their lives. So if they forget where to go, they can always go to hawaiipolice.gov, learn about Community Connect. Maybe they lose this card, but they're getting text messages on their phone, so they're constantly
engaged.
Updated.
And the text messages, we have translations because we have a diverse population over here on the Big Island. And if you're a Tagalog speaker or a Spanish speaker, those translations are available for you. And it's just a click of the link in the text message to get those translations.
Awesome. And so this is automatic, right? If you call 911, regardless of who you are, whether you're an officer or a civilian, you're going to get a call, right?
Correct. You'll be getting an automatic text. And then for the updates, you'll have to sign into the victim's portal.
And people can opt out if they don't want to keep receiving text.
Absolutely. This program is the automated part of it. It links to our records management system. So when the officer or investigator changes the status of the case, it automatically lets Community Connect know to send out that message.
And this launched just last month, I believe.
Yes.
What do you hope to gain from it aside from giving people feedback?
We're looking forward to the ability of keeping our reporting parties and victims informed and engaged with the process along the way.
Yeah, it sounds very cool and very tech savvy and really beneficial for all Big Island residents. What about tourists that are victims of crimes? It's all generated by their cell phone number, right? So even visitors would still get texts,
Yes,
correct?
when somebody calls into 911, what happens is the the phone number that they're calling from automatically gets input to our computer aided dispatch system, and that transfers over into our records management system, which enables the text messages as well as the updates.
So that leads to a good question. Say I'm with a friend and their phone gets stolen. We use my phone to call in. Would the text messages then come to me?
Whatever telephone device made the call, that's where the initial text message is going with the report number. So the victim, if it's not their phone, will be able to log into our victim portal
Portal using the QR code or
yes,
the
and
website.
sign up and to get email. They'll automatically be getting text messages because, like I said, the system links to our records management system, and when that person is put in as a victim in the case with their their cellular telephone number, what happens is it will send the updates to that cell phone. It's not going to send it to the original cell phone.
Gotcha. It sounds super cool. And it's really exciting that Hawaii Police Department is the first in the state to roll out this new technology. Major, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And stay tuned for the next episode of Police Profiles.
You're welcome. Aloha.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Fire Prevention Party. I am Battalion Chief Royd Henderson with the Hawaii Fire Department. I am in charge of the fire prevention branch here, all of our exciting things that we do. But today, once again, we have an amazing, special, phenomenal, just mind-bending perfection of an inspector.
Special would just be fine.
And special is great. Inspector John Requielman. Give him a hand, folks. Give him a hand. Oh, all right, here we go.
Thank
Here we
you.
go. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so Inspector Requielman, real quick, introduce yourself, and then we'll get into the third phase of our Wildland series here.
Okay, my name is John Requielman. I'm a fire inspector with the Hawaii Fire Department. I been in the department for approximately 20 years.
20 years. Dang.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It's a long time.
I've been in EMT as a firefighter for approximately 18 years, and I've been in fire prevention for about 3 years.
Well,
Loving it.
Exciting. Okay, so we had two, segments so far, I guess you could say it,
it, yeah.
right? Little segments, that we talked about introducing wildland fire, wildland type of stuff. So wildfire, we talked about the risk, and we talked about HWMO, right? So can you give us a quick one? What is HWMO?
So HWMO stands for the Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization. They've been around for over 20 years. Doing fire mitigation, mapping, assisting communities to become fire-wise, which is a national program to protect communities from wildfire.
Okay, so their main job is, a lot of it is information, helping people, kind of assisting in kind of quarterbacking. They do a lot of quarterbacking, right? On how do we help this community get better, right?
They support communities with grants and stuff too, through the Firewise program.
Yeah, so the fire department, Chief Todd, he's pretty big on it. We had a conference in February that they put on, that they were nice enough to let us come to, and gave me snacks. So that was awesome.
That was awesome.
There were some great snacks there. Appreciate it. And so one of the things we wanted to talk about today to kind of wrap this up is, the fire department can do so much, but it really does boil down to a level of personal responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So people that are in areas that are a lot more prone to wildland, their lives being affected, right? People that are in super green, wet areas, not so much, but the guys that live on the west side especially, right? I mean, the hills are pretty steep and fuels are getting drier, right?
Yeah.
Captain Goo gave us a great I don't know, piece of information was it that August through
October
or some of our driest months has been really dry.
Yeah.
I don't remember the number he gave us because it was some, I don't know, number. And I can't remember numbers for save my life. So, but it really was a thing where he showed the difference in, precipitation in those periods and, how much rainfall we're getting and how much drier it's been in those, and upcoming is going to be even more so, predicted to be even worse, right?
Yes.
So, how do we prepare for the upcoming, season? Obviously, and the most ideal situation is we have 0 wildfires. That'd be great, right? That's the most ideal situation
The
we
best
can
fire
have.
is one that doesn't start.
Yes, if it doesn't start, so don't start them, please. Yes, but if we could, we ideally do not want to have wildfires. But if we do, I really want to talk about personal responsibility because there's only so many of us, even with our partnering agencies, there's only so many of us to help you move and get your things and get to safety while we're also trying to mitigate the risk, right? In terms of put out the fire, right? We're trying to deal with the emergency of the fire, and there's not a lot of us to sit there and pack your bag for you.
Yeah.
Right. So in terms of getting ready for these things, being prepared for that type of thing, can you give us maybe 2 things you think are really important for people to prepare so that they be able to leave quickly?
One of them is to be informed. Stay connected to your radio or your alerts. The Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency has a great alerts on, what's the other one? Nixo?
I think it's Nixo, right?
And then is it Nixo?
Yeah, it's Nixo.
Yeah,
and
that's one of them.
Everbridge.
Everbridge is the other one.
There's Pulse Point too, right? I know some people are talking about. I remember Sherry Bracken talking about that. She was like, I think we use Pulse Point. I'm like, there's so many of them.
Yeah, that's for medical too. So stay informed. If you live in one of those fire-prone areas, just make sure you stay informed and know if there's a wildfire in your area. You need to be on high alert.
Okay, so that's tip one.
One.
Give me another one.
Oh.
Before I quiz him, I'm gonna quiz him on this. So I'm trying to get some really good tips. Okay.
2. Prepare your home.
What does that mean?
To prepare your home ahead of a brush fire,
right?
There's a great resource. It's called the Ready Set Go Wildfire Guide, mitigation guide. So
where do you get it?
You can get it. We have some in our office.
In Hilo, we have
in Hilo, and I think ʻohana has some. But if you go on hwmo.org, the Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization's website, there's a digital copy as well.
Yeah, so those of you who are internet savvy, you can just download it as a file to your phone. Save it as a file. So it helps.
But on that, it has tips of to prepare your house, like remove dead grasses away from your house, stuff like that.
Right.
Easy small tips.
But because I really want to talk about, while we have a little bit of time, is right before wildfire impacts your community, right? So for instance, you live on the bottom of a hill, and on top of the hill, there's a wildfire starting. You can start to see the smoke. It's starting to move down the hill. What things do we want to have prepared, right? So we were talking about it earlier. One of the main things I think is even something simple like having gas in your car.
Oh, that's important.
Right, because sometimes the evacuation routes are one lane, and if your car dies out in the middle of one lane, I mean, basically everybody else is stuck, right? So having fuel in your car. We talked about, in other episodes, we talked about the EMS form that we have on our website.
Yeah.
So Captain Gu, Mr. Tyson Gu, put that together along with you guys, and FEO Takirio now. What is Jeremy? FEO now, right? Yeah. And so they put together this great form that has all of your list of medications. Those things are really important, right? Because if you don't have time to grab all your stuff and go, at least you have a list of what you need, right? So having a list of your medications. Can you give us like another thing maybe before we do the quiz? Another tip, something people can get ready.
Get ready. How about you quiz me?
I feel like I wish I had the Jeopardy music. Like, dun, 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 dun. Why? You
quiz me. I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to the quiz. Is he ready for this? No. The face says maybe. All right. So really what it is, hopefully you guys can see this if you can't find it on the website, but there's an entire guide, and it kind of goes through, what we're talking about in terms of the wildland interface, what we mean by heavy fuels being near housing communities, those types of things. But in these, they talk about the different, zones, the impacts. So you can kind of look through that, and that helps a lot. And it kind of goes through all the tips. But so what I would like to quiz Inspector Requielman on real quick is give me, where is it? So emergency supplies is what I wanted to talk about real quick. So can you give me 3 examples of emergency supplies? Wait, before he loses, if he loses this challenge, he buys us lunch. Just FYI, you too. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Emergency supplies.
Yeah.
You need water, change of clothes, all that stuff. You need your medications.
Water, what I need, a water bottle? It's specific. How much does it have?
Oh. I can't tell you that.
Ooh, we're getting lunch. This is
You
awesome.
guys could get lunch anyway.
It's a 3-day water. 3 day. It's a 3-day supply of water, 1 gallon per person per day.
Same as
go.
Same as a
Okay.
hurricane preparedness
What
thing.
else?
I was just joking.
No, yeah. What else?
I need your medications,
Okay.
of course.
That
Need
helps.
food. Need gas in your car.
Okay. Non-perishable
Yeah.
food. So pack canned goods. Try not to pack all Oreos. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that people forget about is their pets, and because
All the
you're not
stuff
going
they
to leave your pets behind, right?
Yeah. Oh, the chargers. Hey, the chargers is actually on the list. That's the thing we were talking about earlier.
And phone chargers.
Phone chargers, yeah. Have also vehicle phone chargers or like inverters or things, because when you're in these situations, you're trying to go, everybody's phones are dead, and so you're trying to, because that's one way we can stay alert, right? Just kind of keep it up. So, all right, are we giving them a pass or fail grade?
That's a fail.
Pass? I don't know. It looks like a pass. I'm just trying to eyeball it. It's kind of giving like a kind of. I don't know.
Okay.
Captain Goose says you pass.
Okay.
I guess.
Sounds good.
But yeah, so we really want to thank everybody. You're taking time out of your day to listen to us ramble about things, but we are very passionate about ensuring that the community is getting the best education, the best information, because we really do need everyone to be prepared. I mean, we only have limited people, so the more you can help yourself, it makes it easier for us to help you.
Yes.
Right. And in these situations, it's very chaotic and people are stressed out. And so the better prepared we are, the less stress, hopefully, when the events happen, that we can all work together. You can get out safely. We can do our job along with our partnering agencies and protect your community. And leave it at that.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. And if you have to leave early.
Yeah, with Ready, Set, Go.
With Ready, Set, Go.
The Ready, Set, Go program.
From the Hawaiʻi
but
Wildfire
we love to
Management
thank our friends
Organization.
here at Naleo. Thank you guys so much for always having us, always dealing with us when we're in here.
Right.
We know we're not your favorite because we're not that fun. But, we really appreciate everybody putting in time and effort to getting the message out to the community. So once again, thank you, Inspector Requielman.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.
I am Officer Kaipo Arello of the Hawaiʻi Police Department, and I am here to ask for your assistance in locating individuals who you will see in just a moment. Our department depends on you to work with us by acting as our eyes and ears out in the community. If you provide an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers, you may be eligible for a reward of up to $1,000. Crime Stoppers is a volunteer program run by ordinary citizens like you who want to keep our community safe. Here's how it works. First, get a code. Next, use your code to track your status and then collect your reward. It's that easy. Here are some individuals we need your help in locating. Please call if you know their whereabouts.
Be on the lookout for 24-year-old Christian Giovanni Gomez, who is wanted on an outstanding warrant with a bail amount of $25,000. Gomez is described as having a slender build, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 145 pounds, with black hair and hazel eyes. He also has a large tattoo on his right forearm. Gomez is known to frequent the Waimea, Kauai High, and Waikoloa areas. Help us locate 29-year-old Joshua Kealoha, who is wanted on a $2,000 warrant stemming from a previous arrest for excessive speeding, DUI, and driving with a suspended, revoked driver's license. Kealoha is part Hawaiian, 5 feet 7 inches tall, 150 pounds, with brown hair and hazel eyes. He is known to frequent Waimea and Kailua Kona areas. Be on the lookout for 26-year-old Israel Antonio Rios, who is wanted on an outstanding information charge warrant with a bail amount of $5,000. Rios is described as having an average build, 5 feet 5 inches tall, 150 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. His last known address was in the Waimea area, and he is known to frequent Waimea, Waikoloa Village, and Kauai. We are looking for 43-year-old Cole Race Joaquin of Honoka'a, who is wanted for a $50,000 arrest warrant. Race Joaquin is 5 feet 7 inches tall, 150 pounds, with black hair, brown eyes, and numerous tattoos on his face and body. He is known to frequent the Puna, Hamakua, and Ka'u districts and should be considered armed and dangerous. Help us locate 39-year-old Casey Hui Assam, who has 2 outstanding warrants totaling $35,000. Known to frequent the Honoka'a and Waimea areas, Hui Assam is 5 feet 10 inches tall, 190 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Please help us locate 43-year-old Adam Nacionales, who is wanted on 2 arrest warrants totaling $100,000. He is 5 feet 9 inches tall, 200 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Nacionales is known to frequent the downtown Hilo and Wainaku areas. We are looking for 40-year-old Kingsley Willett, who is wanted on 4 APBs for abuse of a family or household member, second-degree terroristic threatening, fourth-degree criminal property damage, and a welfare check. He is 5 feet 5 inches tall, 200 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Willett is believed to be in the Hilo area. Please help us locate 31-year-old Kapono Ikaika Cruz Labrador of Hilo, who is wanted for an outstanding arrest warrant and traffic warrant. Labrador is described as 5 feet 5 inches tall, 160 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes, as well as numerous tattoos on his neck and body. Be on the lookout for 26-year-old Edosen Amaro Trujillo Ramos of Captain Cook, who is wanted for an outstanding grand jury indictment warrant. He is described as 5 feet 8 inches tall, 160 pounds. We are looking for 38-year-old Keali'io Kikai Kamanu, who is wanted for 2 outstanding warrants and 3 APB alerts. Kamanu is described as having a medium build, 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. He frequents the Lower Puna area, mostly in the vicinity of Kalapana and Leilani Estate subdivision. Please help us locate 33-year-old Christopher Matos, who is wanted on 3 outstanding warrants and 5 APBs. Matos has a large build, is 5 feet 11 inches tall, 195 pounds, with short black hair and brown eyes. He is known to frequent the Lower and Upper Puna area. Matos is also known to be armed and dangerous and should not be approached. Call us if you know the whereabouts of 49-year-old Brian Fiesta, who is wanted for 2 outstanding warrants and for questioning in other criminal investigations. He may be armed and should not be approached. Fiesta is described as having a thin build, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 205 pounds, with long gray hair and brown eyes. He is known to frequent the Ainaloa and Orchid Land subdivisions in Puna. Please be on the lookout for 44-year-old Ross Piper of Ocean View, who is wanted on 2 outstanding warrants totaling $2,000, as well as for questioning relative to multiple criminal investigations involving auto theft. Piper is described as 5 feet 9 inches tall, 165 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Call us if you know the whereabouts of 39-year-old Kendrick Sanders, who is wanted for questioning for multiple criminal investigations involving violating a temporary restraining order. He is described as being 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Sanders is known to frequent the Ocean View and South Kona areas.
As always, we want to thank you for your assistance in helping us to locate these individuals. Tipsters who prefer to remain anonymous may call the island-wide Crime Stoppers number at 808-961-8300 and may be eligible for a reward of up to $1,000. Crime Stoppers does not record calls or use caller ID. Hawaii Island's Most Wanted is a project of Crime Stoppers Hilo Inc., which is a partnership of the business community, the media, and the police. It was inspired by the national TV show America's Most Wanted. I am Officer Kaipo Arello of the Hawaii Police Department. Mahalo for watching.